The MekaVerse NFT project is quite possibly the most hyped NFT project ever. And what does that mean? Well, it means it has the potential to outperform projects like Cool Cats, Cryptoads, Bored Ape Yacht Club, or even CryptoPunks. And who knows, maybe one day a Meka will be worth more than the Mona Lisa itself. There's a thought for you. So today I'm gonna give you a rundown on the entire MekaVerse NFT project. We'll discuss why this project is so hyped beyond belief, and I'll be letting you know if you should go out and buy one, or if you should save your hard-earned money to buy something more physical, like a Domino's pizza, for instance. I'm Devin Cook, I hope you're ready, and welcome back to DevMoney. Okay, so for starters, what is the MekaVerse NFT project? Well, the MekaVerse NFT project is a project of 8,888 different Mekas. And when we jump into their website, themekaverse.com, we can see that these are some of the examples of the different Mekas that you can mint. All of these Mekas are inspired by the Japan Mecha universes. Each artwork is original, and the creators really wanted to prioritize quality over quantity. And here's some more examples of these NFT artworks. Some people really love them. It's really kind of anime based, really has some cool Japanese, robotics themes and everything to them. Some people don't like the art. Not everyone is gonna like everything, but as we'll see later on from their Twitter following and their Discord, quite a few people like the art. Now here's the roadmap, which is going to outline some of the things that the creators want to do with the project moving forward. And just remember to always take NFT roadmaps with a grain of salt, because you don't really know if the roadmap will be delivered on. Some NFT projects have had great roadmaps, but then the creators never actually delivered, while some creators go above and beyond what the roadmap actually says. So we'll go through the roadmap, but just remember that just because they say things on the roadmap, it doesn't mean anything is actually guaranteed. We don't really know until we see it for ourselves. And you can see right here that they say that this roadmap outlines their goals and where they want to take the Mechaverse. We do have a lot of ideas and concepts that we're working on. It may take some time. It may evolve over time and hopefully become even better. So the first step, number one, is obviously to launch the project. They said they would let everyone know on their Discord and on their Twitter when this is going to be happening. And they have done just that. They let everyone know in their Discord what is going to be happening. And you can see that in the announcements right here that there's going to be a raffle drop date, which is rescheduled for October 6th at 11 p.m. Central Europe time. And then they let you know when that is in your local time as well. And what they've done for this launch is they've actually had everyone sign up for a raffle on October 6th. You had a 3-hour window to do so. You had to connect your wallet to their website, say whether you wanted to mint 1 or 2 Mekas for 0.2 or 0.4 Ethereum, plus gas fees. You do have to pay those as well. And then you have to verify via Twitter or Discord. And this is going to just help prevent bots, because they also wanted to make sure that your wallet that you're connecting the website with actually has Ethereum in it. And if you didn't have Ethereum in your wallet at the time of registering, from my understanding, you would not be eligible for the raffle. You would not win, and you would not be able to mint a Meka. This is just a way for them to make sure that people aren't creating a whole ton of wallets and a whole ton of Discords and then entering multiple times. They're trying to make this as fair as possible for everyone, which I think is pretty admirable. And then what they've scheduled to happen next is on October 7th, you're going to be able to see who won the raffle. And then if you won the raffle, you have 6 hours to mint your Meka. And then once everyone has minted their Mekas, you'll be able to see them on OpenSea, but they're going to look like this. This is their test Meka that they have on their official MekaVerse page on OpenSea. So once you have minted your Meka, it will look like this until the reveal, which is scheduled for October 10th. So that's how they've set up the launch. I don't expect it to go perfectly, because no NFT launch does, but I do really like what they've done with this raffle system, having to connect your wallet with Ethereum in it and verifying on Twitter or Discord. This should help prevent a bunch of bots just trying to register and get a bunch of Mekas, preventing people who are actually fans from getting them themselves. And then also for the raffle winner, since they will have a 6-hour window to mint their Mekas if they were chosen, this should help prevent gas wars and hopefully make Ethereum gas fees as cheap as possible. And next up on their roadmap, they talk about how they want to create physical art as well. They have a high passion for 3D printing, and they want to bring their concept to life with high quality materials. They say they're in talks with famous toy makers. They also want to create clothing merchandise using high quality materials and textiles with eco-friendly fabrics, because who doesn't? And then step 3 on the roadmap, they say they know a lot of artists in the NFT community and beyond, and they want to develop a series in which each Meka is made in collaboration with artists we like and under their artistic direction. They would then make small one-of-one unique Mekas, and with all the proceeds going to the artist, which is pretty cool, and I think that's a neat concept. And step 4 and 5, I'll let you guys go onto their website and read these for yourselves, but they really just want to evolve and expand on the entire Mechaverse as much as possible. Now, as far as who the creators are, you mainly have Maddie and you have Matt B. You can see them on their Twitters and Discords if you come onto their website, and they have both worked with companies like Apple, Microsoft, MTV, Adobe, Adidas, Nike, and a bunch of others as well. So they've done some high-profile projects in the past, which is probably why this art is looking so good. So there's a rundown of the MekaVerse NFT project and their roadmap, their creators, everything like that. But but why has this project become so popular? And if you weren't aware, just go check out their Twitter right here. You can see that there are almost 200,000 followers on Twitter. Now, if you followed NFT projects in the past, you know that that is not very common, especially before a project even launches. If we come over here to Bored Ape Yacht Club, you can see that they have 175,000 followers, which is insane, but that's still about 25,000 less followers than the MekaVerse NFT project has, and it's not even launched yet. The Bored Ape Yacht Club has been around since April-May timeframe. So they have built quite a following on Twitter, and they've built even more of a following on Discord, which is really incredible. If you come to their join page, you can see that they have 250,000 members, which is insane. I've really used the VFriends Discord community as kind of the pinnacle for Discord communities, because right now I believe they're sitting at about 150,000 members. And that's awesome. Gary Vee has a massive social following, so VFriends of course is gonna have a massive Discord. But MekaVerse has done even more than the VFriends community, which is just mind-blowing. Now, why do I think that is? Well, I think largely it has to do with the fact that this MekaVerse project is probably gonna get a lot of the Asian communities really interested. Because these mechas are based off of the Japanese Mecha universe, takes a lot of themes from Japanese art, Japanese robotics, and anime, I see that it can pull a lot of the people from the Asian communities into this NFT project. And you know as well as I do that countries like Japan, countries like China, Singapore, have large populations of people, and my bet is a lot of those people are really interested in this project. And just a quick Google search typing in Mecha universe and anime, you're gonna find a bunch of information and content showing you just how well built out the MekaVerse universe really is. And so it's kind of obvious that when an NFT project harnesses this, it's probably gonna do pretty well. And this MekaVerse project has been written about everywhere. If you Google it, you're gonna find articles all across the web, which is not something you typically see with a project that hasn't even launched yet. And I have some articles pulled up that you can just see over and over and over. So many articles written about these MekaVerse NFTs, and this is just spreading the word, getting more and more people aware of this project. But let's really focus on this article in Forbes, which was written on October 5th, so just a couple days ago, and it talks about how they got 100,000 people onto their Discord in just 48 hours. Now, a couple things to note from this project. They say that their announcement video has been seen over 700,000 times on Twitter, which by any account is a lot of people to see an announcement. And then the rest of the article, and I'll read some excerpts, really works like an interview, where one of the guys from Forbes is interviewing the MekaVerse team. And I think this is a really good first question for anyone that just wants a bit more information about the project and the people behind it. He says, what is a Mecha? What was the creative and brainstorming process that led you to create this project? And then the MekaVerse team says, we have a strong interest in Japanese universe and anime. We spent 5 months in Asia and had a great time. We intend to establish a series of collectibles that may have enormous future potential. The Mecha world is a fantastic source of inspiration and allows us to experiment with a variety of aspects. They then go on to say that they were first introduced to the world of NFTs in February of 2021 by artists who told us it was really fascinating and that the community was fantastic. And then the interviewer asks, what are your day jobs and did you quit them to do this full time or did you quit a while ago? What are your stories? And they say, we began our days in motion design and illustration, and we initially met at a co-working office in France. After a few years, we realized that we needed more independence and chose to become artistic directors in the freelance design sector. We worked on projects with companies such as Apple, Microsoft, MTV, Adobe, Nike, Adidas, among others. It was already amazing, and each job was really fascinating and gave us the opportunity to build our own visual style. We chose to be focused on MekaVerse all day when we launched it, and the flexibility to be freelance helped us to work hard on this collectible series. And then when asked more details about the roadmap, the MekaVerse guys say that it's an ongoing long-term project, and we have a lot of exciting things in the works for the future, including physicals. We're exploring more ideas and concepts every day. What if your mecha could grow into a super mecha? What if you could combine mechas? What if you could battle with your mechas? Imagine if your mecha could wield a sword and other weapons and battle against each other. We like all of these systems and ideas and have already begun to work on them, which is really good to know that they're already working on expanding the MekaVerse and just adding a ton of functionality to the project. And they say that everything you've seen on our roadmap so far is a V1 of what's possible in the MekaVerse. There's a lot you still haven't seen. And then they talk about how their Discord and their following just really blew up. They said, I built the server and set it up on August 28th. We had 1,000 members in our Discord before we even tweeted about it publicly. We had 20,000 members within the first 24 hours, and we're now at 170,000 plus. Now they're at 250,000. This, I think, is extremely important to know. We did not use any paid promotion, yet a large number of influencers began following us and tweeting about the project. It was all built organically, which is critical for an NFT project. Now, I would highly recommend if you're interested in getting a mecha that you go out and you read this Forbes article, you look up as much information about the project and the creators as you possibly can, because you're going to be more educated, and you always want to be the most educated possible when getting into any NFT project. But now for the big questions. Should you get a Mecha NFT, and where's this project really going to go in the future? What's the floor price going to be? Is everyone going to make money? Is everyone going to be buying Lambos because of their mechas that they bought? I don't know that I have all the answers to those questions, but I'll give you my thoughts. First off, should you buy a Mecha NFT? If you entered the raffle, congrats. congrats. I think it's kind of a no-brainer in my opinion to mint one of these Meka NFTs if you enter the raffle and if you get selected. Because with 250,000 people in the Discord, there's probably been at least over 100,000 people, I would imagine, that entered the raffle, and they're gonna release those statistics on their Discord later to show exactly how many people entered the raffle. But with so many people entering the raffle, you have a pretty slim chance of actually being able to mint one of these Mekas. So if you do get selected and you can mint one of these Mekas, I imagine that your 0.2 or 0.4 Ethereum that you're gonna be using to mint either one or two Mekas is pretty safe. Obviously, no one has a crystal ball. I can't tell for sure that your money would be safe, but with so many people that we can see on the Discord, on Twitter, online, everywhere writing about and talking about this project, the demand seems, from everything we can tell, to be way higher than the supply, which means the price is gonna drive upwards. And we can see here from Meka number 1 that they have on their OpenSea that they already have a 13 ETH offer, which is about $47,000 at the time of recording. Now, you do need to know that NFT project values fluctuate over time. Typically what we see, doesn't mean this is what's gonna happen for the MekaVerse NFT, but typically before a reveal, you will see some inflated prices because everyone is trying to buy one before the reveal, and everyone's hoping to get a super rare NFT before the reveal, which is gonna cause those rare ones' prices to go up. And then after the reveal of a project, we oftentimes see a little dip in the price. Now that dip doesn't always occur, it's not always a very steep dip, and oftentimes the price goes right back up. But that is just something to look out for. And as far as the price predictions, is this project gonna beat CryptoPunks? Is it gonna beat Bored Ape Yacht Club? Are you gonna be seeing these Meka NFTs for 40, 50, 60, even 100 ETH floors like we've seen with Bored Apes and with CryptoPunks? And if that was to happen, then yeah, you can go buy a Lambo, you can go buy a Ferrari, whatever it is you want, because you would have made so much money, especially if you just held your Meka from mint and then sold it for 100 Ethereum. But that is by no means guaranteed, and you should know that anyone who is talking about the future floor of an NFT project, whether it's CryptoPunks or Bored Ape Yacht Club or MekaVerse NFTs, it's only speculation. No one actually knows what the floor is gonna do. You're gonna see people on the MekaVerse NFT Discord say that, hey, the floor is gonna be 10 ETH within a week. But that's just their prediction. They don't know for sure. The floor could easily be 0.5 ETH in a week. You don't know. The floor could be 50 ETH in the week. It could be 7 ETH. No one really knows. That's why I advocate that you do as much research as possible before getting into an NFT project, so that way you have your own conviction and you know why you're in it. You're not just in it because of FOMO. But my personal thoughts on this MekaVerse NFT project, and keep in mind I've not been paid by them or by any NFT project or creators, I think this is a pretty good project. If you know simple economics, supply and demand, this project is probably gonna do pretty well. That's my bet. I entered the raffle just like a lot of you probably tried to. Best of luck to everybody who entered the raffle, and if you do win and get to mint one of these Mekas, make sure you know what your strategy is going forward. Set a price target and then sell only at that target. Maybe you're just in it for a quick flip, and if it hits 1 or 2 ETH, you're good. You're bouncing and you're taking your profits. That's totally fine. Maybe your sights are set on 10 or 25 or 50 ETH. Just keep in mind that if you do set your sights on some bigger goals like that, you need to be in it for the long term. Don't be expecting to hit those numbers in a couple of days or a couple of weeks. Be prepared to hold for a couple months at least. And if you don't win the raffle, which most of you aren't, don't just FOMO in and buy one off of OpenSea unless you've already chosen a predetermined price that you're gonna buy in at. Don't just buy just to buy. Don't FOMO in. Don't ever do that. Have a strategy and plan your purchases. Let me know in the comments what you think about the MekaVerse NFTs. Thanks for watching. As always, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.